Rejoice, O Lord, and lift up in song. Yeah, you bad. Majesty. Oh, you caught me singing. Hey, you want to buy a box? I got good boxes here. They're good. You're not going to believe this, man. This box here goes on top of this box. They go as a pair, man. Now, in the big city, you'll pay $60 a piece for these boxes. But up here, I'll sell them both to you each for $50. How about it, man? It's a good deal. I got to pay the rent, man. Come on. $40. Yeah, I'm Barabas. Oh, you're looking for Barabas the revolutionary. He's dead. He died about 5 years ago. All you got here is Barabas the box man. You want to talk to him? I know these boxes don't look like much. They're kind of trash, but that's all I got. You see, if I was as good at carving these boxes as I was my old hobby, I wouldn't have to worry about the rent. I'd be rich. You might say my old hobby was carving. Romans. You a Roman? Just kidding. You came here to have me tell you about Jesus, didn't you? Admit it, pal. It's a small town. I don't know what time you came into town. I know where you stayed. I know what you had for dinner. You don't like fish, do you? Admit it, pal. You've been asking about me. Now you sit down. Sit down. Just kidding you, man. Yeah, I'll tell you about Jesus. I need a little break anyways. It's kind of hot. Let's see, where to begin? I suppose the best place to begin is killing Gentiles. The Romans caught me, and they finally did. I knew it would just happen in a matter of time. They had me in a holding cell, and they're going to kill me first thing in the morning. What do you mean, afraid of dying? You see this knife here, pal? I stopped counting after 50 Gentiles I'd killed. I was good at it, you see. I cut a little Gentile mouth, I just stick it in, kill him quick. I look for a crowd, look for cover, and I kill a Gentile. Oh, what do you mean, how did I know they're Gentiles? You know all them Gentiles look alike. Can't tell one from the other. So anyways, they got me in this holding cell, and about midnight, I start hearing this chanting sound of these people outside saying, "Give us Barabbas, give us Barabbas." I'm thinking to myself, great, a lynch mob. That's all I need. Well, it goes on for a couple hours, and the next thing you know, this Roman soldier in his Roman soldier suit's got this little hat on and his outfit. He comes to my door, and he opens up the cell door, and he says, "Get out of here, Jew pig. Somebody took your spot." I got out of there. I didn't ask any questions. I went back to where I hid my knife just before they caught me. Be prepared. That's my motto. Besides, there's a Jewish holiday, Passover, and there's going to be a lot of Jews in town. When there's a lot of Jews in town, that means there's going to be a lot of Roman soldiers around. Oh, we're real bad, us Jewish religious folks. They got to keep us in line. Well, anytime there's a lot of Jews and a lot of Romans, that's a great time to stick a Gentile. Besides, I wanted to see the fellow that took my spot. They traded me for. You ever been to one of those beatings, those lashings? Yeah, it's kind of fun. They say you get within 20 feet of the guy that lashing, you get blood in the mouth. It's flying everywhere. Well, I got there too late for that. By the time I got there, they got this scrawny little Jew up on this box. And they've been beating him with a whip on his back, and his back looked like a piece of hamburger meat, man. And this sergeant, this Roman guard, he's trying to get this Jew to talk. And the Jew ain't talking. So the sergeant gets a blindfold, puts them on his head, and starts slapping around and said, "Come on, boy, you're going to talk to me. I'll get you to talk to me." So the sergeant gets about 5 or 6 of his Roman guards, and they line them up about 30 yards away, and each of them got a stack of rocks. And they pick up the rocks, and they start pelting the Jew with rocks. And every time the Jew gets hit by a rock, this sergeant gets right up in his face and says, "Hey, boy, who hit you with the rock? Come on, we hear you're some kind of magic man. Come on, boy, who hit you with the rock?" And the Jew still ain't talking. Well, this made this sergeant kind of mad, so he got these briar things, these stickers, and he shoved them in his face, and they made this crown of thorns that they put it on his head and began to bleed from the thorns on his head. He got this billy club kind of thing. He starts pounding him on the back to get him to talk. He said, "Come on, boy, you're going to talk to me. I'll make you talk to me. I'll send you somewhere. You too good to talk to a Gentile." By that time, I about had enough. I got my hand on my knife. I'm going to cut that fat Gentile's gut open. I start pushing my way through the crowd to get up there. I get about away from here for these boxes, and that Gentile guard ain't even looking at me. And I start to get ready to, and then that Jew falls on the ground. And that Roman guard pulls up his head, and when he pulls up his head, he takes that blindfold right off that boy. And he's looking right at me. As if he's saying, "Take it easy, man. It's going to be all right." I kind of back up a little bit. I ain't never seen anyone like this Jew. And this sergeant keeps pounding him in the back. And there's blood going into his eyes. He's blinking his eyes. And every time he blinks his eyes, he's looking right at me. As if he's saying, just take it easy. Take it easy. It's going to be all right. Well, I push away from the crowd, and they take him, and they put this cross on his back, and they start marching him through town to take him to this place called Golgotha, to the edge of town where they crucify all the criminals. And they're marching through the town. There's Jewish people on either side of the streets, and they're yelling at him and spitting and throwing him. There's 10-year-old Jew boys throwing rocks at him. There's one of their own, and they're throwing rocks at him. They get him to the edge of town. They get him to this Golgotha, and they lay him down on this cross, and they put the nails right there, and they lash him up. And then the Roman guards lift up that cross, and they drop it into the socket. And I just never seen anyone like this Jew. He's so different. Most of the time when people are crucified, they're yelling and screaming. He didn't say anything. He's an innocent man. He didn't say anything, and he let him do it to him. He let him do it to him. Never seen anyone like this Jew. And he's up there, and he's on the cross, and he's jerking his head back, like they do to breathe. He starts mumbling something under his breath. And I'm thinking to myself, yeah, now, Jew, yeah, now, cuss them Gentiles out for what they're doing to him. Cuss them Gentiles out. Tell them they're going to go to hell for what they're doing, for killing an innocent man. Cuss them Gentiles out. I start getting close to the cross so I can hear him cuss them Gentiles out. And he's up there, and he's jerking his head back, and I get close enough to hear what he's saying. He's saying, "Father, forgive them. They don't know what they're doing. They don't even know what they're doing." For once in my life, in my criminal life, for once, I want to do something right. I want to do something good. And so I'm looking at him and thinking to myself, I said, "Man, don't you die on me. Don't you die on me. I'm going to get you down from there, man. Don't you die on me. You Gentiles, don't you see you're killing an innocent man? They got the wrong man up there. He shouldn't be up there. I should be up there. I should be up there." Oh, I'm sorry. I get a little carried away telling this story. It's been a long time since I've told it. Everyone around here has heard it. Anyways, to make a long story short, you know Peter, the disciple? Yeah, he's kind of crazy, isn't he? Well, he looked me up about 5 years ago. And he said, "Hey, pal, you're Barabas, aren't you?" And I said, "Yeah, pal, what about it?" And he said, "That Jesus fella, he took your place, didn't he?" And I said, "Yeah, so what?" And Peter said, "Yeah, he took my place too." Well, he told me what that meant. He told me a lot of different things. Well, the joker makes me a Christian. So now instead of carving Gentiles, I carve these boxes. Every now and then I take a Gentile out to lunch. Oh, you heard it. It's a small town. The best friend in the fellowship is a Roman guard to me. "Hey, pal, you want to buy a box? It's for free. Comes with the story. You hear this one? Jesus died for me and took my place. I made that up. I'm Barabas.